You entered the school, lost in the pages of your book. You walked down the hallway, completely immersed in the fictional world of your novel. As soon as you reached your locker, you put your novel back in your bag and opened it and took the books you need for today's class. As you took books, you closed your locker and turned around to walk, but you bumped someone. Suddenly, you felt a strong force pushing you, and before you knew it, you were about to fall down. But just then, you felt a pair of strong arms wrapping around you, keeping you steady. You looked up and saw Jungkook, the school's notorious bad boy, looking at you with his cold gaze. You couldn't help but feel a little intimidated by him, but also a little curious. You couldn't help but think about your first encounter with Jungkook. It was just like this when you bumped into him in the hallway. You remembered how he had caught your attention that day with his piercing gaze and his aura of danger. But in that moment, as he held you in his arms, you couldn't help but feel a little flutter in your heart, like how you felt the first time. You were lost in your thoughts until you heard him say your name. You snapped out of your revive and stood up, thanking him again for saving you earlier. "Thank you," you said, looking down, as you know your heart cannot take if you look into his eyes. "It's okay," he said in his cold voice, before walking away without a second glance. "It's okay," only two words. You couldn't help but feel a little disappointed by his response, but you quickly brushed it off and was about to make your way to your class. But you heard his voice again and quickly turned around just to see him standing in front of you. Your heartbeat raced when you stood close to him, but you acted all normal from outside. You slowly lifted your head up as he stood silent. "Next time, walk carefully. Maybe I will not be there to save you all the time, okay?" he said in his deep voice before walking away without a second glance. He stood there for a few minutes and was thinking whether it was a dream or not. The boy who doesn't pay attention to anyone now concerned for you. You wanted to jump, but your introvert doesn't have that courage. You watched him leave, still feeling a little shaken by the encounter. He was known for his rebellious attitude and his good looks, which made him the heartthrob of the school. You can sense a few jealousy gauges of girls who were in the hallway as he talked to you earlier. Even though many girls crave for his attention, he never glances at anyone as he was not in the mood for girls. He will be always in his business until someone pokes him wanted. Later in the classroom, the teacher was taking class, but you were not able to concentrate on it as you keep on looking at the entrance for Jungkook, who has not attended the class yet. "Jungkook, where are you? Why have you not attended the class?" You were looking at the entrance of the classroom since class has started. You are not feeling like listening to class until you see him. It has become part of your routine to see him secretly while classes were going. You looked at the board, thinking of trying to focus on class. For your relief, just then you heard the voice of Jungkook, for whom you were waiting for. You quickly turned your head at entrance as he interrupted your teacher. Your teacher must be angry, but you were happy to see him there. "Excuse me, sir, may I come in?" he asked, standing near the door of your classroom. He seemed lazy to attend the class. Maybe that's why he came at the end of the class. Jungkook, don't you know you should attend class on time? Your teacher started shouting him. If I knew, why would I have come at the end? He said recklessly while few friends started laughing for the encounter. Teacher got angry for making fun on him. Shut up, you. I'm just allowing you today. If you repeat it, I will inform to the principal. Go and sit. He warned Jungkook and turned towards the board to finish the problem which he left in the middle. Jungkook walking into the classroom while you lower your head quickly as he looking at you poking his cheek. You slowly lift up your head and look at him until he sits on his bench. You dared because he was back facing you while walking to the last bench as you were in the second row. Oh no, you quickly turned your head towards the board as you saw him glancing at you already. For a while, you looked at board thinking he would look somewhere. During class, you couldn't help but steal glances at Jungkook. He was sitting in the back of the classroom, looking bored and disinterested, but you couldn't deny the fact that he looked incredibly handsome, even in his casual attire. What? He gestured you, wiggling his eyebrows, where you simply shook your head, squinting your eyes, and turned towards the board. Funny girl, he chuckled immediately and shifted his gaze away. The classes were over and it was lunch hour. You made your way to the cafeteria for lunch after picking up your things to put them in the locker. In the canteen, you were walking towards the table with food plate in your hands until the popular girl of your campus blocked you. Hello, Miss Topper of the class. She greeted you while poking her cheek. Her body language says she came here on some purpose. What do you want? Why are you blocking my way? You asked in a cold tone as you don't like talking with her at any cost. Dude, she got angry. The minion of Bella laughing at you as you looked at them annoyed. Stella, stop it. See her face? We are not Jungkook to smile, right? Now you understand why she came near you. It's because of Jungkook. She has huge crush on him, but he never showed any interest at her, even though she is a popular girl. It hurts her pride whenever he pays attention to you, as she was not able to gain it. Unfortunately, she saw him chuckling at your action, which happened in the morning. Of course, you're right. I smile when read my fictional books and I smile when Jungkook looks at me. You said confidently while smile appearing on your lips when her face started shrinking in anger. One, hold your tongue and stay away from Jungkook. She warned you, pointing her index finger at you. Not you. Tell him to say then. I will stay away from him. You said, looking at Jungkook, who was walking towards your direction. Bella and Stella stood silently when he comes to you. Any problem? He asked, staring deep in your eyes while you stare back. Everything is alright, he said, looking at Bella, who stood like a robot as she was shocked for not gaining his glance even accidentally. Okay then, he said, nodding his head slightly in a convinced manner and walked away from there. I have to go, I'm so hungry. He smirked and walked away, leaving Bella and Stella in an anger. Why did you leave her? See how proudly she is walking. She was glaring at your disappearing figure. Not now. I will teach her a lesson when time comes. But first, I should get Jungkook's attention. They both walked away from there. After a while, you came out of the canteen and walked towards your classroom. Within the instant, there were three students who just kept staring at you from top to bottom. Hey Chris, did you see that girl from our next section? Yes, dude. She's so, and look at her. Not only, she's totally like a package. You didn't hear them, but someone who was nearby heard their conversation about you, and quickly his veins popped out as his blood was boiling in anger. How dare you talk like that about her? He quickly jumped in front of them like a beast whose face has that scary expression, which was because of anger for his words, and their stares at you. Yeah, what's your problem if we see her? You don't even know how to enjoy the view of beautiful girls. Get lost. Don't disturb us. He pushed Jungkook as he stood in front of him, blocking the way. Jungkook looked at him seriously and grabbed his hand before twisting it. Ah, he groaned in pain immediately, while his other friends started panicking. Jungkook, leave him. What are you doing? Man, he will not leave us now. Somebody help us. They were looking around for help while the students stood silently as if an action movie was playing in front of them. Why is he always getting into fight? He stood there, biting your lower lip nervously, as you don't want him to fight like that, to raise your tension more. You heard the whispers of students and looked your side just to see a principal, while Jungkook fighting with someone. You started panicking as you never saw him being this much angry. Guys, principal is coming, let's go. They all ran into their classes after seeing principal coming towards your direction, where Jungkook was fighting. Oh no, principal is coming. What should I do? You quickly ran to him and took him from there immediately, even though he told you to stop. You bring him to the backyard just to save him from the principal. Why did you stop me? That he paused as he doesn't want to talk bad words in front of you. Why did you stop? Come on, go on. Can't you stay without getting into fights? He was seeing a whole new girl, as he never saw you being this angry on anyone, as you always don't interfere in others' matters. What do you want now? Do you even know what they said? He paused, as he doesn't want to hurt you by saying what they spoke about you. Jungkook, I don't want to hear anything, but can you please stop these fights? He asked, as he really don't want him to get into any troubles because of fights. Then suddenly he leaned in closer. Your heart was beating so fast, you could feel it in your ears. I will only stop getting into fights if you agree to kiss me, he whispered, his breath tickling your skin, your eyes widened in surprise. Kiss? Why do I have to kiss you? You stuttered as you didn't know what to say at that moment. Then why do I have to stop fights? Why are you worried about me? He was looking at you deeply in your eyes while you gulped. As you decided something, you sighed heavily before speaking. You would stop fights if I kiss you? That's all, right? He smirked and looked away while answering to you. Maybe or may not. Before he could speak, you grabbed his shirt collar and pulled him down to your level and pressed your lips against his. It was a soft and gentle kiss, completely unexpected but also completely amazing. You couldn't help but wrap your arms around his neck, pulling him closer while he was surprisingly enjoying. As the kiss ended, you felt a blush creeping up your cheeks. You looked into Jungkook's eyes and saw a glimmer of something you had never noticed before and laughed. And in that moment, you knew that this was just beginning of a beautiful love story between the school's bad boy and the class topper. I never tasted heaven, but now I know its taste after kissing your lips wine. He whispered in his deep voice while your cheeks turning red out of blush. Maybe because I kissed you with love I have hidden inside me, you spit out unknowingly. What? Did I hear love? He asked, narrowing his left eye while poking his left cheek playfully. Uh, you were looking here and there while scratching back of your neck as you didn't know what to say to him. Wine, will you accept if I say I love you? You quickly lifted up your head at him and was surprised to hear it. You had always thought of Jungkook as the cold and dominating bad boy, but in that moment, you saw a completely different side of him. Do you really love me? You asked, as it was quite shocking to you. If I don't, why would I ask you to kiss me? I'm saying the truth, I love you. He said, keeping your face, and you felt it genuine with the way his eyes softened while looking at you. Tears formed in your eyes as you were not able to believe that he loves you. I love you too, Jungkook, you said, chuckling slightly through the tears. Don't be emotional, my dear. You should be happy that we are going on a first date tonight. I hope you will agree. You smiled as a response and he chuckled before pulling you into his embrace. Thank you for watching.